Houston's original neighborhood downtown is for everyone. It's our open-hearted home for our biggest celebrations and our treasured hidden gems. Come explore downtown with some amazing free events through Downtown Houston Plus, like the Market Square Park Farmers Market that happens every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the city's original open-air marketplace on 301 Milam Street. Learn more at downtownhouston.org. Downtown Houston. Get energized and revived. Today on CityCast Houston, why is the Whitmire administration fighting back against much-needed infrastructure work in Montrose? Plus, new numbers are out regarding murder and violent crimes in Houston. And you won't believe how much this nail salon charged a customer for a pedicure. Dynamic media personality Antre'chelle Nova and Pulitzer Prize finalist Evan Mintz join me to recap the news from the week. It's Friday, April 19th. I'm Raheel Ramzanali, and here's what Houston's talking about. Good morning, Antre'chelle. Good morning, Evan. How are y'all?
What's up? Happy Friday.
I'm doing great. How are y'all?
I'm doing great as well. I don't like starting the show with a study, but I've got one here that I need to get your opinions on. Here's the headline from Culture Map. Houstonians are pretty miserable. New study finds. We are in the bottom 10 alongside Dallas as people who are not happy. We're miserable. Is this true? Do you guys feel miserable here in Houston, Antre'chelle?
Baby, we in H-Town where it go down. We miserable about what? Do you understand me? Are we miserable because we always got something to do? Are we miserable because we have so much nightlife and culture in our city that we are tired? Like, what is going on? Why they keep trying to make it like we unhappy here?
A recent smart asset study ranked Houston the number 81st happiest city. So it's about happy cities. We're on the bottom 10. Evan, we're miserable.
I'm always skeptical of these random studies. Like, what are your metrics? How are you getting at this? Houston economy is booming. Housing's more affordable than other major cities. You've got all the cultural amenities of like a huge hub. The thing that I think maybe makes people upset is that you get stuck in traffic and it's hard to go for a nice walk. Never underestimate the value of a nice walk.
There you go. It's the walk. I've linked the entire study for those of you who really want to dig into it. I don't know why you would want to dig into that study, but maybe that's why we're miserable. We're not digging into studies. I'm not sure, but I've linked that. Let's get to our biggest story of the week, ladies. First, Antre'chelle, what caught your eye this week?
Man, I told you when this all happened, I was going to keep you guys abreast. There is still more drama surrounding the turkey leg hut. Remember back when we talked about the turkey leg hut when the husband and wife team, they fell apart. They wasn't paying their employees. Well, now co-founder Lynn Price did some shady stuff. What he did was he set up a tent across from the turkey leg hut and opened up an oyster hut, had lines wrapped around, started selling charbroiled oysters. Well, guess what? Now that business has fell apart because he met a New Orleans couple at a second line during Mardi Gras, told them like, yo, what's up? Come with me. Let's get into business. Let's change the game. And now that business has fell apart. Now, what's happening now is Tiger, is the gentleman who is responsible for cooking these wonderful oysters. Tiger has said, and his fiance have said they have parted ways with Lynn Price due to bad business and unpaid bills. But baby, guess what? This time, Lynn Price said, nah, that ain't it. They ain't ready and serious about doing business. And he's finally spoken out. And this time, Lynn Price got receipts, y'all. And I hate to say this, Houston, but Lynn Price, his math is mathing. And it looks like he actually might be right this time because now the fiance has come out and said, I don't want no bad blood with Lynn. Y'all, this story is continuing to get crazier and crazier.
Antre'chelle, I was looking at the comments. The Houston Chronicle posted about this picture on Instagram. And one thing that caught my eye, and I want to get your opinion because you can speak on this. There were a lot of Black Houstonians saying, why do y'all keep bringing up Turkey Leg Hut? Like, you're making them look bad. Do you get that sense in terms of the coverage? Like, is that how you feel as well?
Absolutely. Turkey leg hut is a staple. It is a classic staple. It's just like saying, where do you go eat in Houston? You're going to say Breakfast Club. You're going to say Grace's. You're going to say Mickey Soul Food Cafe. And you're going to say the Turkey Leg Hut. It is bringing attention. That is the salacious headline. That's the salacious slug. This is no longer Turkey Leg Hut, you guys. This is the former co-owner. We already saw how it went down. It's just clickbait. And you're right. Why do y'all keep saying turkey leg hut? This woman is moving on about her business. She actually just filed bankruptcy. You understand me? And she's trying to rebuild that business across the street. And you see Lynn over here, he's still building them up and shutting them down.
Yeah, he's trying to build up a new business as well. I mean, it is drama filled. I mean, there is some juicy stuff in there. So I do get that, like, talking about it, it does bring clicks because it is juicy. Any thoughts, Evan?
I mean, people love salacious stories. These are interesting narratives. Do they reflect any sort of larger economic trends or business trends or restaurant trends? I don't know. I don't know, but it's a good story. It's fascinating. It's all the personalities involved.
Absolutely. And guess what? The turkey leg hut line is still wrapped around the building, ladies and gentlemen. What they say, all press is good press. People are still trying to figure out, man, let me go over there and see what's all the hype. Because honestly, I want to know, are the oysters that good? Because the line is there. And Lynn Price may not be a stand-up guy in business, but this brother know about good food.
And I definitely want to eat at a place where the cook's name is Tiger. That is awesome. You know that's going to be good. Like, we have a new character in all this drama. Tiger. I love that.
Tiger. And they found him on the streets of New Orleans. If y'all ever been to New Orleans, you know that food is good.
Yes.
So if he found him on the street during the second line, do you know how busy a second line is? And he said, come to Houston with me. Baby, you know that food is good. Everybody be on the lookout because it's looking like Lynn Price is dropping addresses and he's still out here trying to do the oysters. And let's see what it's about. Check out his social medias and see what happens.
Evan, let's get to your biggest story of the week. What do you got?
My biggest story of the week is that the Whitmire administration is blocking a plan to rebuild Montrose Boulevard, and this is bad news for Houston. So what's going on here? The Montrose Tax Increment Reinvestment Zone had done a study on flooding, and they realized they need to put in some big new pipes to deal with flooding, to deal with drainage. And they thought, hey, while we're tearing up the streets, we should also rebuild the streets. That means narrower lanes so people drive safer, wider sidewalks so it's easier to get around and get to the bayou, and a lot more trees to make it nicer and cooler. But now the Whitmire administration is saying they're not going to approve anything unless it has the same narrow sidewalks, the same freeway style streets, and no new trees. And the Chronicle is even reporting that the Whitmire administration is doubting the need for flood control projects in the first place. I mean, I've never heard of someone opposing new flood control projects since Representative Nels voted against the Ike Dike. This is ridiculous. It is a bizarre pro-speeding, pro-flooding policy. Now, I've talked to some conservatives and they say, well, Whitmire just doesn't want anything that looks too progressive, that makes it look like San Francisco. Like, buddy, the San Francisco attitude is one where you let naysayers block good projects. This is a good project. Just let it go forward. Saying no, no, no is San Francisco. Saying build, baby, build is Houston.
Evan, are they proposing a different study? Are they going to look at this, or are they just saying, nope, we don't like this study and that's it, we're not moving forward?
I have no idea. The Chronicle is reporting that they're just kind of skeptical about the need for the new flood infrastructure, and that they're recommending, rather than doing a total street rebuild, that they just kind of pave the surface and improve that to, fix the potholes and maybe repair some of the sidewalks. But that is a penny wise, pound foolish idea. If you need to do big projects, let's all admit Houston needs some better flood control infrastructure. You might as well get all of the stuff done at once. And all of the opposition to this really seems to be wrapped up in this idea that the project has to tear down some old trees, which it does, but it's going to be replacing them with new trees, better trees, and a whole lot more of them.
I'm just always so concerned when it seems like things are better for us. There are always people that are saying, Nah. And it's always some kind of, I don't want to get in trouble, but I'm going to say it. It's always a pissing contest going on around this way. And it just really get on my nerves. And this is why I just live in a world of unicorns and rainbows, baby, because this is dumb. Let's build this stuff, man. Let's go. Let's make it better. This is why they think we're miserable, because we always fighting about dumb stuff.
Yeah. And it's like, if that's what the people want, then why is one person or one administration stopping it? That's the frustrating part.
Give the people what they want. Build, baby, build. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. We spent hundreds of $millions on improving the bayou, on getting some hike and bike trails over there. But I dare you to try to walk there from Montrose. It's hard. We don't make it easy. It's like we built a green freeway with no on-ramps. Just build a nice sidewalk so you can hike and bike there. Let's do it already.
Houston's original neighborhood downtown is for everyone, and it's poppin'. It's our open-hearted home for our biggest celebrations and our treasured hidden gems. From the world-class theater district to incredible green spaces like Discovery Green, downtown is the place to be. In fact, more people visited downtown Houston last year than the entire population of Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, and San Antonio combined. There's no better time to live downtown than now. From starter apartments to luxury lofts, everyone can take advantage of the arts, business, culture, entertainment, food, and recreation. Now, you might think of downtown as only the heartbeat of Houston's regional economy, which it is, but there's so much more to it, including free events throughout the week with Downtown Houston Plus. From the Market Square Park Farmers Market every Saturday to Yoga Flow every Wednesday, you can find something to do and eat and watch in downtown Houston. Learn more at downtownhouston.org. Downtown Houston. Get energized and revived.
Families have a lot going on. Let Ollie help manage the mental load with new cognitive help supplements for everyone 4 and up, like delicious Lolly Focus Pops or Lolly Mellow Pops for kids. And for parents, try 3 new Brainy Chews to help you focus, chill out, or get energized. Find these cognitive health buddies for the whole fam at ollie.com. That's OLLY.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Okay, I'm going to get to my biggest story of the week. New numbers are out, and murder and violent crimes are down in H-Town to start the year compared to Q1 of 2023. Now, Houston saw a 24.7% drop in murders in the first 3 months of 2024. Also, violent crimes were down 25.4%. So you might be thinking, hey, this could be Mayor Whitmire's major focus on crimes. Remember, that's what he was touting during the election. And maybe some of it is. But the number of homicides in 204 cities across the nation dropped by 20% in the first 3 months compared to the same time last year. So this could be a national trend. It could be a little bit of more focus on it. But I really wanted to bring these numbers up and get y'all's thoughts on this. Evan, we'll start with you.
I mean, numbers went up across the country during COVID, and they went down across the country now. You can look at red cities and blue cities, red states, blue states. Everyone has gone through this pattern. It is fascinating to see how you have these national trends, and we shouldn't conflate them with decisions being made on the ground. And we're still trying to study what caused this, what's going on. But I do think it's interesting that we've got a Whitmire administration that ran on the platform of public safety and more cops. I'm still waiting for the more cops. Like, we have this case backlog going on. We probably, because we're such a big city, could use more manpower. Where's more officers? I haven't seen them yet.
Numbers don't lie, baby. And I really like what Evan said. The numbers went up during COVID and they're back down now, baby. We outside. And I think the people have a higher quality of life. I think people are more focused on where they're going. I think COVID gave us a chance to see, like, man, if I could do this all over again, what can I do? And I think that's what the people are doing now. Now, okay, y'all want to say this is about Whitmire? All right, that's fine. That's cool. But I think there's definitely a shift in the atmosphere all across the nation about doing things better and just going for the life that you want. So I'm very happy about this. And people talking about we miserable. We ain't killing nobody.
We're killing less. We are still killing people. We're just killing less compared to last year. All right, let's get to our most overlooked story of the week. I know we have some good ones here. Evan, why don't you start us off for this one?
I think the most overlooked story is that Houston is getting another bite of the apple to build some post-Harvey recovery housing. The Department of Housing and Urban Development has granted us an extension on using disaster funds to build about 120 new homes in Southwest Houston. Now, this project was presumed dead. We had the money, but the project didn't get built for a litany of reasons. There were fights between the city and the state about whether we were using money the right way, about whether we could get extensions on it. But now with a new mayor and a new head of the General Land Office here in Texas, people are working together. So we're going to be building new housing at a development near NRG Stadium that the city just a few weeks ago was preparing to sell the land for. So this is good news that we're finally getting everybody to work together so we can build some housing and get people who've been displaced by Harvey into homes.
And that's going to be $1.2 billion, right, Evan, roughly?
That's the money that we got after Harvey. All of it isn't going to be spent on this. But remember, the state had been denying us these funds for a long time because they didn't agree with our plans. Now we finally got buy-in from the state to say, yeah, okay, you can build big new multifamily units.
That is good to hear that there will be new homes, and hopefully that will help a lot of families find that dream and get in there and pursue whatever they want. So that's good to hear that this money will finally get spent, and spent for good stuff right there. Love hearing that. How about you, Antre'chelle? What's your most overlooked story?
Man, look, this story is overlooked because this nail salon in the southeast area of Houston in Friendswood has been scamming women 4 times over the past 6 months. This woman, who wants to be called Grace, says she went to the nail salon. It's called Epic Nail Salon on Sunday. She got a manicure. Now, child, a manicure is about $80 now. I know it sounds crazy, everybody, but it costs around here for these luxurious nail places. Now, her manicure and pedicure costs about $80, and they said they charged her $330. When she started asking them what was going on, they took her card, and they refused to give it back until she paid that. When she asked, she was like, what's going on? She was looking here saying that they charged her like a $65 credit card fee, and just started up. Yes. And she couldn't really understand, like, how did this is normally $80. Why are you charging me $330? Baby, ain't no way. Ain't no way that would have happened to me at Epic Nail Salon. She paid that $330. And when she got home, she started researching Epic Nail Salon. She started finding out that this has been happening over and over again. Catch this. Last November, one woman said that her and her young son were held captive at the nail salon because she disputed a $110 bill. Then they locked her and her son in the salon if she did not pay the bill. When that particular woman called the police, Epic Nail Salon charged her $200 for calling the police, baby. Sure did. Now, now last April, a customer of Epic Nail Salon said that they charged her almost $700 to have her toenails painted. Toenails painted? Do you know a color change is $5? They charged her $700. Then last June, they also had another customer. They said the nail salon threatened litigation after somebody posted a bad review. What is going on at Epic Nail Salon? They over there like Death Row Records, baby. They not playing with these women, and they are seriously taking people's cards and locking them up in the salon. And this has been overlooked. This has been going on for almost a year, and nobody has been speaking out. I said, baby, Epic Nail Salon, they not in the hood, baby, because in the hood, we would have told this place up.
By the way, Epic Nails was the former name. It is now known as Helen's Nails, and it's located at 2110 El Dorado Boulevard. For those of you who are in that area, just be careful, because I looked up Epic Nails. I was like, what? I got to read the Google reviews for this place, and they changed their name. They're now Helen's Nails. So they're rebranding a little bit because of all the bad press, it looks like.
Do not go to Epic Nails, Helen's Nails, anybody's nails over there in Friendswood at that address. Say the address again, Raheel.
Yeah, I got you. 2110 El Dorado Boulevard. So yeah, avoid that. Man, that is scary. You know, one of the best things to happen with credit cards is you can start disputing your charges with businesses, and usually credit card companies will try to investigate or give the chance for the owner to respond, so you're not charged that. So I love that, because Now, when I go to businesses where they screw me over, I go, all right, you know what? I'm just going to dispute this and we can just go back and forth because I'm not paying this. So shout out to those credit card companies for their dispute resolution teams.
That's crazy, baby. But to get my toenails painted $700, baby.
That's about how much I would charge. I'm not touching your toenails. I don't know how we're going to segue from that, Antre'chelle, but I'm going to try. I came across this story in Axios Houston via our friend Shafaq Patel about the Bayou City Waterkeeper's request for the city to create a $20 million private sewer pipe repair fund to help fix sewage outflows into homes and yards. The proposed fund aims to alleviate the burdens on low-income Black and Brown communities where research has shown sewage overflows affect them more than anybody else, and this could impact health and lifestyle issues as well. There was a negotiated settlement in 2021. The city of Houston agreed to invest $2 billion in local sanitary sewage upgrades over the next 15 years. And the Bayou City Waterkeeper investigations highlighted these issues. And now they're saying, look, it's been years. We need these fixed. And homeowners are paying tens of thousands of dollars to fix this, yet they're still having sewage flow up from the toilets and impacting their health and their lifestyle. And I just want to bring this up because it's such a sad story on communities that, one, they can't afford these bills, but they have to pay them. And what can we do as a city? Like, let's get this moving. Let's get these projects going because it is impacting our communities.
It definitely is. And it makes it sad because this is when they say in the Black and Brown communities that they don't care about us. This is what they mean. And this is how they feel, like they're overlooked and they're forgotten about. So yeah, this is sad.
I just think it's weird that we still have private sewers in the city. Like, I thought that was an outdated thing.
Yeah, it is weird, right? Like Bayou City Waterkeepers say that the historic damage from Harvey, from Uri, has degraded private lines which connect homes to the public system, and those problems won't be fixed by just the public line repairs. Yeah, it is so strange that we still have that.
Yeah, like the city doesn't go all the way up to like the final connection. There's still these like private segments. And then now we're asking the city to come in and repair those. And I guess just if the issue is one of leaks, of one of pollution, of all these problems, like it becomes a public issue. But at a certain point, like, don't you want to put responsibility on the homeowner to fix their homes? You know, you have to have homeowner insurance to own a home. Shouldn't this be covering it? Like, why is the burden being put on taxpayers rather than the insurance companies that should be paying for the stuff in the first place?
That's a good point. And a lot of homeowners, by the way, have already paid, like one owner paid $25,000 for sewer repairs, but the problem still persisted and worsened after Hurricane Harvey and Winter Storm Uri, as I mentioned a little bit earlier. So it's like they are paying for it, but it's not working. So they're trying to say, can we get some help with this? Because, I don't know. Is it the insurance companies that need to do it? Are they responsible for it? I'm going to say insurance companies are going to say, no, we're good because that's not the house, right? Like, I'm not sure. So man, I just feel so bad for these families.
That's crazy.
All right, let's get to our moment of joy. Antre'chelle, what made you happy this week?
So let me tell you something. When it comes to getting your weekly drive, most people in our community, we go to church, okay? So let's talk about this Houston church paying bills for residents in attendance for Sunday service through April. That's right. The Higher Dimension Church in Houston is taking financial literacy to the next level. Higher Dimension, for the month of April, they have a new weekly series entitled 30 Days to Financial Prosperity. Now, this is a free series that was created to help empower the community by offering guidance on navigating finances while integrating faith. I think that is just so cool. Now, throughout the month of April, Higher Dimension Church, now here's where they're located, 9800 Club Creek Drive in Houston. They're going to feature a diverse lineup of financial experts during the Sunday services at the 8:30 a.m. and the 11:30 a.m. service. Now, the experts will delve into the essential financial topics such as money management, budgeting, saving, investing, loans, credit, and debt, taxes, and building generational wealth. I am so excited about this because this is how you build economic wealth in our communities. Now, the special financial series will also provide free resources and guidance provided by local businesses and organizations before and after services. Additionally, Higher Dimension Church will contribute $250 to $500 each Sunday towards paying a bill for someone in attendance. Now, the centerpiece of this entire series will be the financial workshop and a special bonus event featuring Pastor Terrence H. Johnson and renowned financial expert, best-selling author, and podcast host Anthony O'Neill. And this will happen Saturday, April 27th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And this brought me so much joy.
I love that. I absolutely love hearing that we are educating folks. We are teaching them about how to gain that generational wealth, how to just make basic stuff happen when it comes to financial literacy. So I love hearing that. Evan, how about you? What was your moment of joy?
My moment of joy was reading from the Energy Information Agency that LNG exports are at record highs. Good news for Houston, we're rich again. We are pumping the stuff out across the world. New export terminals are coming online in Corpus Christi and Louisiana, and we are even opening new pipelines to Mexico where they buy our product and also use it at their own LNG export facilities that are coming online. We are presenting real competition to Saudi Arabia, to Russia, to Qatar, and showing that you don't have to suffer during these moments of international conflict, that America is there with the fuel sources you need. At the same time, if you're looking at the line of new energy sources that want to connect to the grid, it's wind, it's solar, it's storage. You know, we are in this transitional moment between fossil fuels and renewables, and everything is coming up Houston.
Love that. Shout out to liquefied natural gas helping us out here. That's huge.
It's how we make our money.
Okay, my moment of joy. I don't know if you've been outside or not, or if you've seen these little critters, but it is salt marsh caterpillar season, aka those big, furry black caterpillars. You see them all around. I've seen them scurrying across the road. I've seen them on pickleball courts. And of course, I see them at the park. They are so beautiful. They just bring me so much joy. They remind me of being a kid again. I love walking around with my daughter and just looking at them. Although I highly recommend you don't touch them. They're not poisonous, but they will hurt a little bit. So don't touch them. Admire them from afar. They are so beautiful. And there's nothing better than seeing them just scurry across a little pavement. It is so cute. So that is my little moment of joy. Antre'chelle, I know you love these things. Come on.
All I can think about is splat, because that's what I'm going to do when I see them. I'm stepping on them.
They're so beautiful.
Yeah, I got to say, Raheel, speak for yourself. These things are in my garden. They're eating my tomatoes. They're eating my peppers. Keep them out. This is the one time I'm glad to see a bunch of wasps buzzing around because they eat those caterpillars.
I knew you two wouldn't like this because of the gardening angle and because Antre'chelle just wants no part of them, but they are so awesome to look at. I don't know why. I've always had a fascination with them. I was scared of them when I was younger, but as I've gotten older, I've appreciated the beauty and just the way they move. It's awesome. So a little joy for me, not so much for y'all too. Hey, that was a lot of fun. Evan, Antre'chelle, thank y'all so much. Have a great weekend.
Peace.
See y'all next time.
That was Evan Mintz and Antre'chelle Nova. You can find all of the stories in our show notes. That will do it for this week here on CityCast Houston. Our producers are Carleon Jones, Joyce Tang, and Dylan Brogan. Our newsletter editor is Brooke Lewis, and the host is me, Raheel Ramzanali. Our music is by the band All the Kimonos. We'll be back on Monday to answer this big question. What the heck is happening down at the Med Center? Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something new. Can you give me a mic check real quick?
11898.
Oh, there's the last four of our social security.